Chosen one. Be still for a moment and become aware of what is happening within you. Because the sensitivity you feel is not evidence that you are broken or have lost your way. Yet, I want you to remember something with wisdom. If you hear persistent ringing, feel pressure behind your eyes, experience headaches, dizziness, or any unusual physical symptoms, do not immediately attribute them to a mysterious cause and neglect your health. Spiritual guidance will never require you to disregard signs that need proper attention. Rest. Drink enough water. Reduce stress. And seek qualified professional help when necessary. Receiving what is sacred does not mean denying the laws of nature. On the contrary, discernment teaches you to care for yourself. Only when you remain calm can you distinguish between the voice of fear, the effects of exhaustion, and the deeper invitation calling you to change the way you live. I know that for a long time, you have felt different. You often notice what others overlook. Sense tension in a room before an unkind word is spoken, or quickly recognize insincerity hidden behind a smile. At times, that sensitivity has exhausted you because you absorb too many sounds, attitude, and emotions at once. You may have believed that you were too complicated, too intense, or too difficult to belong anywhere. Perhaps you tried to make yourself smaller in order to be accepted, smiled when your heart was unhappy, remained silent when you knew something was wrong, and concealed beautiful qualities because you feared others would not understand you. But I tell you gently that you are not a mistake. You are a work still maturing, carrying abilities that have not yet been fully used, and lessons whose value only time can completely reveal. Do not rush to call yourself an outsider simply because you do not fit into narrow patterns. A seed is not different because it has less value, but because it was created to become another kind of tree. You do not need to force yourself to bloom according to someone else's season, nor must you prove that you are special through grand declarations. True strength is not found in feeling superior to others, but in your ability to live authentically, love with discernment, and bring peace wherever you are present. I have not given you power so that you may control people or force circumstances to serve your personal desires. I am teaching you a deeper kind of authority, the authority to govern your own reactions. Reject lies about your worth. Establish boundaries against what harms you, and choose light even when darkness attempts to reopen old wounds. You may once have believed that changing reality meant speaking what you wanted and waiting for everything to move immediately. But I want to elevate your understanding. You rewrite your life each time you change a habit that drains you. Leave an environment that continually diminishes you. Learn a necessary skill, or honestly confront what you have avoided for too long. You change your future when you manage money with discipline, care for your health with gratitude, and build relationships with clarity. Lasting miracles rarely appear like lightning that instantly makes every problem disappear. They often begin as a small lamp that helps you see the next step. When you walk in faith and act with wisdom, what once appeared impossible gradually becomes a road you are able to travel. Therefore, if you have recently felt restless, emotionally sensitive, or as though you are standing before a new threshold, do not panic. It may be a sign that your old way of living no longer fits who you are becoming. Your heart may be responding to work that lacks meaning, an unbalanced relationship, or a habit that has drawn you away from peace. Do not call every uncomfortable feeling an attack. And do not call every surge of excitement confirmation. Test these feelings through time, through their results, and through discernment. What is good will make you increasingly humble, responsible, and loving. What is deceptive often makes you impatient, prideful, disconnected from reality, or contemptuous of wise counsel. I do not lead you through confusion. Even when you must make a difficult decision, genuine guidance will leave a deep foundation of peace within you. I understand why you have sometimes felt alone. Those who possess the ability to see deeply often pass through seasons with few companions because not everyone understands what they are learning. But solitude is not always a punishment, and you should not turn it into evidence that you are more exalted than others. There are seasons when you are separated from noise so that you may heal, recognize your true desires, and learn to stand without depending on applause. There are also seasons when you must step out of isolation. Seek a healthy community and allow trustworthy people to support you. A private room may be a place of preparation, but it is not meant to become your permanent home. You are refined in quietness so that one day you may know how to cooperate, serve, and create change together with others. Imagine a craftsman creating a finely tuned musical instrument. He does not hurry to place it on a stage while its strings remain out of tune. He listens to every sound, adjusts every detail, and patiently repairs everything that lacks harmony. You are going through a similar process. Delays have taught you perseverance. Misunderstanding has taught you to communicate clearly. Separation has helped you recognize who genuinely respects your presence. Failure has forced you to leave illusions behind and rebuild on a stronger foundation. None of these things has made you defective. They are lessons refining you so that your voice will not merely be loud, but will bring life, and so that your hands will not merely seize opportunities, but will know how to lift those who are weary. Do not wait for your bank account, health, or relationships to change automatically simply because you have recognized your worth. Right understanding must lead to right action. When you understand that you deserve respect, you will stop accepting cruel treatment. When you understand that your health is a gift to be protected, you will stop continually sacrificing sleep in pursuit of endless demands. When you believe your future remains open, you will begin planning, learning, and persevering instead of merely dreaming. Circumstances may not always change immediately, but the way you enter them will change. That difference will gradually transform your choices, your results, and the doors through which you are able to walk. My child, what is being awakened within you is not power that allows you to stand above others, but maturity that enables you to stand securely within yourself. You do not need to become a mysterious figure in order to be loved, nor do you require unusual signs to prove that your life has purpose. Purpose is revealed through how you live each day, how you speak the truth, keep your promises, treat the vulnerable, and rise after making mistakes. A person who has truly been entrusted with responsibility does not constantly boast about authority. They use their abilities to protect, heal, build, and bring hope. That is the mark I desire to place upon you. Therefore, step away from the belief that you are a mistake. You are learning, being shaped, and expanding your ability to receive what is good. Be gentle with your sensitivity, but do not allow it to govern every decision. Respect the signals of your body. Have them examined when necessary, and do not be ashamed to seek support. Make room for stillness, but also keep your feet on the ground through clear responsibilities. I have not hidden you because the world rejected you. There are seasons when I keep you in quietness so that you will stop searching for your worth in outward applause. When the preparation is complete, you will not need to appear with spectacle. Your steadiness, kindness, and upright life will speak for themselves. From that moment forward, you will no longer merely try to survive each day, but will begin building a purposeful life with healthy boundaries, discerning love, and light gentle enough to guide both you and those who walk beside you. I warn you not to give up, because the moment when you feel most exhausted may also be the moment when what you have been praying for begins to move in places your natural eyes cannot yet see. Darkness always wants you to believe your perseverance is useless, that the other person will never change, and that every expression of love you have given has fallen into emptiness. It wants you to turn away at the exact moment the seed has begun to break open beneath the soil. But beloved, the fact that something has not yet appeared does not mean it does not exist. Some restoration happens quietly, like dawn approaching from the horizon. Before light fills the land, there is only a thin line of brightness that an impatient person may easily overlook. Therefore, I am not telling you to remain stubbornly inside pain, nor am I forcing you to carry responsibilities that belong to someone else. I only want you to understand that faithfulness, guided by wisdom, can become a bridge that helps someone find the way home when they are deeply lost in dark days. Remember Ruth, who did not leave Naomi during a season of loss. Even though the road ahead offered no guarantees, she did not know what her faithfulness would open, nor could she see how future generations would be touched by what seemed like a small decision. She only knew that the grieving woman beside her should not be abandoned. Ruth continued, not because she possessed every answer, but because the love within her was stronger than her fear of an uncertain future. That perseverance led her into a new field, a new home, and a new place within the greater story heaven was weaving. The same may be true for you. Sometimes, your mission toward another person does not begin with extraordinary acts, but with the decision to remain present with kindness. Continue praying before you see change, and continue speaking truth without using truth as a weapon against them. Yet you must remember this deeply. I have not called you to become anyone's savior. You cannot live their life for them, force them to mature, or use love to control decisions for which they must take responsibility. Your role is not to drag them forward through your own strength until you are completely exhausted. Your role is to reflect mercy and become a gentle reminder that they still possess value, can still return, and have not been excluded from hope. There may be times when they close the door before you, misunderstand your good intentions, or respond with words that wound your heart. They may repeat mistakes you believed they had already overcome. In those moments, you must distinguish between faithfulness and self-destruction. Love does not mean tolerating every behavior, and perseverance does not mean permitting someone to trample your dignity repeatedly. Sacred love always walks together with boundaries, truth, and peace. When that person resists, do not immediately assume that everything you have done has failed. A person carrying deep wounds may not know how to receive kindness. They may question your motives because they have been betrayed before, or push you away because they fear that opening their heart will lead to another loss. Their coldness may be armor built during years of feeling unseen and misunderstood. This does not make their hurtful words right, but it helps you view them with wisdom instead of anger alone. I want you to learn how to see through disorder without allowing disorder to pull you down. Recognize the person I still love beneath the stubbornness, while also protecting the peace I have given you. You can remain near without being consumed. Listen without agreeing with what is wrong. And love, while still declaring that a boundary has been crossed. Think of Peter, who once insisted that he would never abandon his teacher, yet denied that relationship during a moment of fear. His failure was not treated as the final sentence over his entire life. Christ saw beyond temporary weakness and recognized a man who could be restored, matured, and made into a source of strength for many others. That restoration did not come from denying the failure, but from confronting it in love, taking responsibility, and stepping onto a new path. This is the vision I want to place within you. Do not view the other person only through their worst version. One moment of falling does not have to become their permanent identity. A season of confusion does not have the authority to erase the good seed I have planted within them. But neither should you use their potential as an excuse to continually tolerate what is destructive. Believe in what they may become, while honestly evaluating what they are choosing now. The most difficult part of this journey is not giving love when everything is easy, but keeping your heart pure when that love is not returned. You may feel invisible, disregarded, or treated as though your presence should be taken for granted. This is where your faith is refined. Not so that you can prove how much pain you can endure, but so that you can learn to love without losing yourself. Mature love does not beg for recognition. It gives from fullness rather than from fear of abandonment. It knows when to move closer, when to step back so that the other person must face the consequences of their choices, and when to remain silent so that help does not become pressure. Sometimes your presence is a conversation. Sometimes it is a prayer no one hears. Sometimes it is a door that remains open, but not a door that permits chaos to freely enter your peaceful home. I want you to understand that not giving up does not always mean maintaining the same form of connection. There are times when you do not give up on a person, but must return them to my guidance. You stop chasing them. Stop arguing. Stop trying to explain what they are not ready to receive, and continue loving them from a healthy distance. You do not abandon hope, but you release the need to control the outcome. Then your heart is no longer bound to each of their reactions. If they move forward, you are grateful. If they step backward, you do not collapse. You can continue wishing them well without carrying every consequence for them. This is powerful love because it is not controlled by fear, guilt, or the need to feel needed. You may not yet see anything changing, but your perseverance has left deeper marks than you realize. A kind word spoken on the right day of despair may become something they remember years later. One moment when you refuse to respond in anger may show them that there is a kind of love that does not humiliate, manipulate, or abandon. A boundary established with gentleness may teach what tolerance never could. You do not need to produce the miracle. You only need to remain faithful to your part. The miracle belongs to me. The timing belongs to me. and their decision remains something they must choose for themselves. Therefore, beloved, do not give up in the way darkness desires. Do not allow disappointment to make you bitter, rejection to destroy your belief in restoration, or pain to close every door of love. But neither should you continue in a way that causes you to be crushed. Persevere in prayer, kindness, truth, and righteous boundaries. Allow me to carry what you cannot carry, heal what you cannot reach, and guide that person through roads you cannot travel beside them. You only need to remain a light, not the sun. Remain a bridge, not the entire road. Remain someone who reminds them that hope still exists, without walking the journey in their place. One day, you may see that person rise from the very place where they once fell. Perhaps they will remember your patience, or perhaps they will never fully understand what you quietly did for them. But that does not make your love meaningless. Every choice made in purity possessed value even before it produced a visible result. I see the times you swallowed your tears so that you would not speak words that caused harm. The nights you prayed for peace over someone who disappointed you. And the moments when you maintained boundaries without allowing your heart to become cold. You are not fighting alone, nor are you being required to win through your own strength. Remain within my guidance, and you will know when to move closer, when to stop, when to speak, and when to place everything into the hands of heaven. Beloved, the feeling that you are standing close to a great turning point is not meaningless, because movements around you are truly preparing to open a different road. I want you to become still and recognize this through peace, rather than immediately chasing temporary emotions. There are seasons when little appears to change outwardly, while everything within is being rearranged in profound ways. Necessary relationships are being drawn closer. Doors that no longer fit are quietly closing. And possibilities once outside your view are gradually becoming clear. You may not yet see the result, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Like someone preparing a vessel long before dark clouds appear, you are being called to prepare your mind, strengthen your faith, and take necessary steps before the outward signs become obvious. The preparation you make today will become your shelter when change truly arrives. I know there have been times when you looked at your present circumstances and wondered why you should prepare for something you could not yet see. You have trusted, waited, and hoped before, only to find that events unfolded very differently from what you expected. Because of this, you have become cautious, perhaps even hesitant before new beginnings. I do not condemn you for that. Old wounds often cause a person to fear opening the door, even when the one knocking carries something good. However, do not allow yesterday's painful experiences to become the measure of everything that is coming. The past may teach you wisdom, but it must not be permitted to write your future. I am not inviting you to close your eyes and walk blindly. I am inviting you to remain awake. Observe, pray, and act with discernment. You do not need to run ahead of the appointed time, but neither should you remain motionless simply because you cannot see the entire road. Your life may have resembled a battlefield for a long time. Financial pressures forced you to calculate each day carefully. Emotional upheaval left your heart weary, and seasons of prolonged silence made you believe you had been forgotten. But beloved, I never left you. When you could not feel heaven's presence, I was still there, preserving you from things you never knew about. when you believed you were only trying to survive. Perseverance was actually being formed within you. Every time you refused to surrender, another strong stone was placed into your foundation. Every time you chose truth, instead of reacting from pain, you became stronger. Those trials were not sent to destroy you. They became a furnace that removed fear, impatience, and the false beliefs that once caused you to make yourself smaller. Therefore, do not view your difficult days only as evidence that you suffered too much. See them also as a testimony that you were carried through so much and are still standing. The person you are today is no longer the person who began this journey. You have learned to distinguish a good invitation from a passing attraction. You now know that not everyone who approaches should be given permission to enter deeply into your life. You understand that peace is more valuable than proving yourself right, and steadfastness is more precious than temporary praise. All of this is preparing you for the season ahead. What will be entrusted to you will require more than faith. It will require maturity so that you can preserve, manage, and use it for the right purpose. I am not only opening the door for you, I am also shaping you into someone steady enough to walk through it without losing yourself. Today may be the moment when a new light is ignited within your understanding. Something you once overlooked may suddenly become clear. A sincere desire buried beneath responsibility, fear, and the need to please others may begin speaking again. You are starting to understand that you were not created merely to repeat the same days, complete obligations, and quietly exhaust yourself. A deeper calling is urging you to use what you have learned, the abilities you have received, and even the experiences that caused you pain to bring benefit to many people. It may involve a new direction in your work, a decision that must be made, an idea you need to begin cultivating, or a boundary you must establish. Do not dismiss the clarity that appears in quiet moments. Some answers do not arrive with great noise. They come as a gentle but persistent certainty that makes it impossible to continue pretending that you do not know what must be done. When you begin responding to that guidance, doors that once appeared motionless may begin to move. The right people will recognize your value without your having to beg them to see it. Meetings that seem accidental may bring information, opportunities, or encouragement at exactly the right time. Yet I remind you not to assume that every open door is a path you should enter. What is good will never require you to trade away your peace, integrity, or dignity. Observe the fruit of every opportunity. If a choice requires you to live dishonestly, harm others, or continually betray what is right, it is not the path meant for you. True support will not make you a prisoner of greed. Genuine blessing does not only fill your hands, it also keeps your heart pure, generous, and mindful of those who need support. You must also understand that abundance does not always appear as money or visible success. Sometimes the first thing you receive is peace after years of anxiety, deep sleep after many restless nights, or the ability to smile without concealing pain. Abundance may come through a healed relationship, a family learning to listen more deeply, or an opportunity to begin again without carrying old shame. Do not limit the ways heaven can answer you. What you asked for may arrive in another form, one better suited to what you truly need. I see the whole picture, while you often see only a short section. And therefore, there are times when delay is protection, and rejection is the means by which you are removed from a place that would have drained you. Remember the man who was driven from his home by his own brothers and lived through years of misunderstanding, imprisonment, and near abandonment. At each stage, he could not clearly understand why everything was happening. Yet the skills, patience, and wisdom formed in the lowest places prepared him for a great responsibility later. When the appointed moment arrived, the change did not happen gradually. It unfolded so quickly that years of waiting suddenly became the foundation for one day of elevation. The same is true for you. The seasons that seemed useless were never truly useless. Something is being forged within you that an easy environment could never produce. When the right door opens, you will understand why the process had to take so long. Therefore, do not allow doubt to take away your strength immediately before you most need to stand firm. Doubt may come, but you do not have to grant it authority over your decisions. Let it be a cloud passing across the sky rather than the house in which you choose to live. You may not know exactly what will happen in the next few days, and I do not want you to place your faith in dates as though they guarantee every desire. What matters more is the condition of your heart as you enter each day. If you remain alert, prepared, and faithful in small responsibilities, you will not miss what belongs to you. If change comes quickly, you will be ready. If it requires more time, you will continue maturing. A person of faith does not stand firm only when receiving what they expected, but also keeps an upright heart throughout the season of waiting. Beloved, receive these days with the calmness of someone who knows they are being guided. Complete what you have delayed. Bring order to what is disorganized. Speak necessary words with gentleness, and close the paths that repeatedly lead you back into old pain. Care for the resources already in your hands, instead of only dreaming about what has not yet arrived. A person who desires a harvest must know how to protect the seed, tend the soil, and remain patient during the days when no green shoot is visible. You do not need to make noise to prove that you are entering a new season. Genuine change often begins quietly through how you think, choose, and treat yourself. I am leading you from the place where you only knew how to struggle into the place where you know how to build. From confusion into clarity, and from fear of scarcity into the confidence that you will have enough for every good purpose. Walk forward with clear eyes, a humble heart, and willing hands, because what is being prepared is not only meant to lift you, but also to make you a source of peace, hope, and blessing to those you will meet along the road ahead.